Catalina Combs with Taji Magazine. My question is for both of you, but I'll start with you, Nia. There's been some conversation I've heard about whether Hedda is considered a female empowering film, given the destructiveness, manipulativeness, and just the tragic overall image of the main characters. So I'm just wondering, what do you think?
I think we have to let go a bit of these sorts of phrases that I think are really helpful in starting conversations, but not in actually facilitating depth, like ones with depth. Like I've never once thought about whether or not Hedda was empowering to women. I think she's someone who what I want is for her to get people to think about their own Heddas inside of them, the shadows of their hearts, of their minds. What I think Hedda is a really complex character, a really human character who hopefully facilitates introspection. And I hope you have a good time watching her, for the time where it's good. But yeah, I'm not really interested in whether it's empowering to women, because I really think, I don't know, I think women are so powerful. I just, I feel like we are so good at finding ways to empower ourselves because we have to do that in order to feel like full people. And so I'm never trying to empower women with my work. I just think we're already kind of there. Yeah.
Oh, me? I'm so okay. Goodness. I don't know. You know what? I think it will depend on the person.
Yeah,
I've had
true.
such interesting conversations. We've had the great pleasure of taking the movie out a lot and going to receptions and having conversations with people after. And a young woman came up to me the other day and she goes, "I am such a Hedda." And I was kind of shocked. It was like, there was something sort of fantastic about it. She was like, "I really am." She's like, she says that sometimes I just do things and say things and I don't really know why. I'm such a Hedda. And her uncle stood right next to her and said, "She is. She really is." And then her boyfriend was on the other side of her and he said, "Yeah, she is. She really is." And I just thought it was so fascinating. So clearly, I think maybe she felt empowered to be honest about a part of, and I think she seemed like a very lovely human. I think what she's talking about is just that she has a person inside of her that is not just, clamoring to get out. It just appears sometimes in spite of herself. And while I don't think that all of the things that Hedda does are admirable, I think a kind of human that feels compelled to just do what it is they want to do, like that is admirable. There's something about that is empowering, and not just for women, just for people, full stop. Because sometimes I think we are really hemmed in by what we think we ought to do. Sometimes it's hard to even know what it is we want as people, independent of the time that we live in, the body that we exist in, the family that we exist in, the experience of gender that we exist in, the experience of sexuality we exist in, all of these particulars. So I don't know. I think I think the thing that Nia did by allowing this Hedda, or ambiguity around whether this Hedda lives, which is to not punish, which is not to punish her. And I think so often, particularly in Hollywood history, when women do bad things, we are punished. And that doesn't happen to men as much. They behave badly. No one's asking like if what's a
Daniel Plainview is empowering to men.
So I don't know.
Yeah. I think for me, this also goes down to like, I think you take what you need from a thing and then leave the rest.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Thank you.